right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
A lawsuit over lead.
The current regulation by EPA, you look it up online, is 10 micrograms per square foot on the floor, and this dust swab came back at 88.
Now, local coffee shop owners are taking their landlords to court.
Starting off cold and into single digits with a wind chill advisory this morning. That's all gone, and we're going to start to lose some of this really cold weather, but freezing rain, our next focus. We'll track that and talk about the slowest commute you'll have this week.
But first,
and now to find out that he's not even coming home, it's really rough and hard on us.
a man found dead in South City under unusual circumstances. Tonight, the victim's sister speaking only with 5 on Your Side. Want to thank you for joining us at 10 tonight. I'm Brent Solomon. Tonight, police investigating that man's death as a homicide more than 24 hours after fire crews found him. New at 10, 5 on Your Side's Annie Crawl just finished speaking with the victim's sister in an interview you'll only see on 5 on Your Side. Fill us in, Annie.
Well, I talked to Rosalind Terry, the victim's sister, who learned about her brother's death yesterday morning. She says his name, Rion Robinson. Neighbors and local business owners tell us he was a familiar face on South Grand.
A man found dead outside the Grand Medical Building on South Grand Boulevard Friday morning. Initially believed to have been caused by the frigid temperatures, St. Louis police now investigating as a homicide. Gunshot wounds were found on the body, leaving neighbors and local business owners confused. Known by many nicknames in the community, such as Nerf Guy, because of the Nerf gun he always carried around, he frequented the Domino's on South Grand, asking for messed up pizzas or staying to get warm. But employees say they didn't hear any gunshots on Friday.
It was kind of bittersweet because, like I said, it's one of the things to where, like, you really don't know him or know the backstory, but it's like he wasn't out here really, to my knowledge, bothering anybody or hurting anybody. Like, he used to walk around with his toy guns, like, that's about it. But as far as what he did outside or away from Domino, I'm not sure, but he didn't bother none of the workers here.
One person who did know him well was Rosalind Terry. She knew him as Rion Robinson, her brother. Terry had been trying to get him to come home for 2 years and hadn't seen Rion in months, but knew he was homeless and tried to help.
Like, could you please come home? I said, come home. I said, I got an apartment. I'm never there. It's warm. You can take a bath, food there, whatever. Just please come home. And he would never come home. He just say, can you feed me and buy me some snacks? That's all. He would never. He wouldn't even ask for the money. He just said, feed me and buy me snacks.
The sister tells us police are saying he didn't die from the cold.
I mean, just leave him out there like that. You know, no coat, no shoes, no nothing, and just leave him out there. Like, why? You know, just look at it as it was one of your family members.
Now, as the investigation continues, the victim's sister says if you have any information about what happened to her brother, to please contact police. You can also contact Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Brent?
Yes, that family needs answers. Annie, thank you. Let's turn now to your weather first forecast. The Arctic winds have calmed down a bit, but more winter weather is headed our way. Here's meteorologist Gary Frank now with the first look at the forecast.
Yeah, good evening, Brent. Overnight, still going to be cold. There's no doubt about that. You can go outside and tell right away. But the trend for us over the next 12 hours, or at least to improve close to the freezing mark right now as you look downtown, none of the cameras or trees really moving around, indicative of the fact that the wind is lighter, even though it's cold, right? I mean, we're getting on the colder side. 4 in Edwardsville, Mascoutah at 8. It's 6 in O'Fallon. This is really no different than what we've been experiencing. It's 4 below in Kirksville, but it's all part of this high that's sitting here and calming us down. That's at least a positive. It will start to move out. Look at Wichita, Amarillo as an example. As we look off to the southwest, that's where warmer air is settling in. It's also bringing our next chance for rain and freezing rain. Doesn't really feel all that much colder, although in Edwardsville we had that 5 below. And I think our numbers may feel like that overnight as temps continue to fall here into the overnight hours into the single digits and then hold pretty steady. Overall, though, we are going to see our next weather alert day. That's Monday morning. That's when we're going to see freezing rain move in with a light glaze of ice forming on cars, surfaces on the roads. But it's the morning commute that looks to be impacted. What you're going to see on Monday and when we're going to see improvement as we start the work week.
Sounds good. Now's a good time also to get the weather first forecast to your phone. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355. Tonight, a former town and country police sergeant is facing multiple counts of child sex crimes, including incest. According to the Jefferson County Prosecutor's Office, Jordan Fowle abused 2 victims between August of 2012 and July of 2023. Police said both of them said that they feared retaliation from Fowle since he was a police officer and had access to guns and law enforcement databases. Fowle's attorney tells 5 on Your Side his client strongly denies the allegations. Tonight, a man who confessed to killing his ex-girlfriend is in St. Louis County custody now. Trenton Ivy says he killed Markeisha Williams last month. She was last seen with Ivy on December 20th. Police arrested him 3 days later in Wisconsin. Williams' body was later found in northern Illinois. Ivy appeared in court Friday before he was extradited. He's facing first-degree murder charges. 2 St. Louis coffee shop owners are suing their landlords after lead contamination forced them to close. Laura McNamara and her husband opened Brew Tulum in 2022 on Del Mar. Well, not long after, their 1-year-old son tested positive for lead. The couple got tested and found out their numbers were even higher. They say the source is the cafe, which had lead levels 9 times over what the EPA considers safe.
We spoke to, again, environmental experts, lawyers, our insurance broker, and everybody. The consensus was, no, this has to be cleaned up, and that's not okay, and it is the responsibility of the landlord. So I guess we walked into a situation where, financially, we're struggling.
McNamara says the building's landlords hired a cleaning company not certified to remove lead. Our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal spoke with an attorney for the building's owners, and they say a risk assessor found no hazards there. The port is still flooding in for a Defiance family who lost 2 young boys in a house fire. Friday, the Defiance Merchants Association started a GoFundMe to help raise money for the grieving family of Julian and Jamison Kaiser. They were 4 and 6. The page started off with just a few $100s that morning, but now it's reached well over $120,000. More than 1,800 people have donated, and right now, that fire is still under investigation. Well, dozens of dogs are now safe in St. Louis after being rescued from a Stone County property. The Humane Society of Missouri took in 55 dogs that were left outside in below freezing conditions there. When the dogs arrived, vets gave them food, water, and a place to sleep. The dogs are now getting treatment, which will help put them on the pathway towards a new home. Still, the Humane Society needs your help.
What we need most right now is people to adopt the available dogs we have, because that will get all of these guys comfortable. We also could use people volunteering to become fosters for us. We always have animals that need extra time that would be more comfortable for them, not in a shelter, to recover from illness or injuries.
Right now, the St. Louis shelter has more than 30 dogs, all in need of a home.